Halo guys, balik lagi bersama saya Sarula Gaming. Oke, jadi ini Imperial Philippines guys ya. Jadi juara M2 melawan juara M4. Jadi Eko melawan Brand Esports guys. Langsung aja kita play.
Who do we need to keep an eye for, Rockhard and Wolf?
There's a lot, alright? So, for example, the Claude is gonna be, it's hard to keep their eyes locked on the Claude for sure because they're gonna be keeping their, they're gonna be keeping it that farmed. You also have to think about the Hayabusa. For Echo though, what you will notice about their composition right now is that they have a big and a massive early and mid game spike with both the Melissa and the Lancelot. Well, for Brand Esports, they will heavily depend on the late game. Surely the Fredrin, which by the way picked up the tenacity, I like it. Maybe I'll talk about it later when you have time. But essentially, it's a cannon fodder against Echo. Then you have Hayabusa and the Claude, which are both item dependent. So, early to mid, Echo, late game Brand Esports.
There's a window for the Augurs to take, and that's your power predictions. Go ahead, you know what to do. But going back on how Wolf is placing the power spikes of Brand Esports and Echo, you have early game. But for Brand Esports right now, so are we more expecting more of a cautious way to answer this early game effect? But knowing Echo, they rotate so fast, and having the Lancelot in the hands of Carl TZ, they're going to actually have a way of pushing them forward.
It was actually beautifully put, right? I love that you put it to how Wolf and Anna broke that down is perfect because they gotta play the late game, and Fredrin on the tenacity is almost unkillable because you know you're gonna get your HP back.
Yeah, and you have the Faramis, right? When he pops the Cult Altar, let's say you put the Fredrin so low, pop the Cult Altar, use your Praises Strat, hit on one or two people, all of a sudden after the Cult Altar, you're already full HP once again. Then your skills are already cooled down. You can fight once again. Tenacity makes it so difficult to be killed in the late game, so this is a very smart move coming up from Brand Esports.
Yeah, with the damage of how Echo has right now, what
here we go.
Brand Esports needs is a bottomless Ice-T to regain their HP. Now they want to answer early game. First turtle, who's this?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What?
Flap TZ got it! I don't know how, I don't know why, but it worked so well for them. They will be under the Cult Altar, so there's not many casualties yet, but Echo is working on that. They know they have that mid-game, early-game spike, and they're trying to maximize it. They're trying to milk it. But Brand, they're able to get out with just one death.
No way. No way, Flap, the Fredrin with tenacity stole that. Might have the ultimate for that, but man, Curtis really, he mistimed it.
Yeah,
that's the
that
only
was-
thing that I can say about that. There's no reason Flap TZ will be able to steal that.
Well, this is how Brand Esports defies impossible, as how Echo, right, the apex predator, right, on our streets. But going back on how Carl TZ has the headline yesterday, the all hail the Red Tree God up against Blackest International. This is just mastery of Brand Esports that they wanted to do up against Echo. Okay.
It's funny because it's your brother taking taking the retry right after you made that announcement. But anyway, yeah, not even having retry. I think that was just a Praiser's rat damage. It was difficult because of the chaos, right? There's so much chaos on that turtle. That's what Brent's trying to do.
Sometimes what you do as a, oh, okay.
Oh, Yaoi committed that flicker.
Wow.
Didn't really have much of a return, and his other teammates were in position. So maybe that was just a little bit of a warning shot. You never know, right?
They could be pressuring something out of Brand Esports. After all, the resources is so high early game that they needed to actually prevent it or preserve it to cross the bridge into the mid game. So maybe that explains why Yaoi wanted to force something out.
Yeah,
Oh.
try the Fred.
By the way, quietly, Super Marco is leading over Benny Cutie by 500 gold. In fact.
All right.
Okay.
So at this point, that is actually a sustainable lead. So this is we did not see it happen. We cannot follow that for sure because we're looking at the other part of the map. But knowing that the Claude is having a better time than the Melissa, that's actually great news for Brand Esports.
Yeah, because if you don't play a Melissa, Melissa's very good at poking in the early game, right? So normally you should have the advantage.
For sure.
Well,
Look at them.
advantage.
Use the Grok up top.
Yeah, Grok's on top. Of course, Kyle TZ will also get the turtle. It's a statement. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
What a retribution showdown right there, right?
My God, this is massive for Brand Esports. Them winning early stages and knowing that Echo is actually a team that relies heavily on winning the early game. this is gonna be so important for Bren Esports. They can really chill for now. And we were talking about how they were using the Grok. Instead of like forcing on these objectives, Bren Esports just gambles the turtle because they know that if they win the gold lane matchup, they're gonna be A-OK. Ogwin is using this Guardian's Barrier to win the lane versus Benecutie. And you can see already, Claude 3.9k, Melissa 2.9k. That's a big difference.
Yeah. Owen's really passive aggressive, you know. Like like you have a girlfriend who's just like, yeah, fine. Low key. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm fine with it, yeah.
I'm fine with this.
I
Go
am
ahead.
Not gonna supplement that conversation. I don't want to get in trouble, Rockhart. Sorry.
But yeah, that's what Bren's doing with these walls. It's forcing
Yaoi.
Echo to move like this. Look at that. They almost took down Yaoi without anything explosive happening on the map.
Well, speaking of happenings on the map, Super Mario just gained a push up top on the first third of Echo. First keys to victory. Don't get trapped in the Echo system, but slowly they're answering it.
Yep. The ecosystem answer is maybe make a lot of noise, because,
Make a lot of buzz.
yeah, that's how you mess up echolocation.
They're bees, yeah.
Noise everywhere. Buzzing
Right.
everywhere, right?
That's actually very true. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's scientifically correct, right?
Yeah, right,
That should
right.
be scientifically correct.
Yeah.
I think so.
They're the bees, they have the hive, they have a good suit. So, in going back on how Bren Esports is on the lead, they're kind of being wary of the possibility because Echo needs to get their eyes on Ogwen and Few. And as you guys mentioned, Ogwen is becoming a problem even on the laning stage.
Oh, look at this, Galtizi! No assistance necessary as they take out a very key member of Echo under the turret, by the way. Oh my goodness, and Carl Tizzy, he can't even get near the turtle. He's getting harassed so much by Super Marco, and he gets taken out by Few. Oh my goodness, and now Bren, with the turtle buff in hand, will go and attack the two remaining members of Echo. And Sanford has to make a run for it. That's basically a free for none here for Bren, plus a turtle boot.
Cartesi missed the ultimate. He bumped into
the Grok wall.
The Grok wall. Was it the Grok wall or was it just the wall of the Lord Pit? But nevertheless, he missed badly, and that gave so much to Super Marco. Was put very low after the fact that he didn't have enough ways to puncture himself out of that. Few was the one to take the kill, but you know already that that's because of Super Marco, and because of this, Bren are sitting comfortably with a 3k gold lead.
Yeah, and also how Bren... Oh, something's happening.
Oh, look at that, Super Marco. He's more confident.
Oh, there
Ooh,
it
to
is.
play an Echo! Sorry, Ogwen rather, with the flourish. Whew, cleaning it up.
That's a wall
That's a wall, bro.
bumping you and following you. That hurt.
Grok is one of the heroes that do not care about to go away. And now Echo, once more, being forced out of a lot of their skills with Flap TZ in front.
Few still has the Cult Altar, so there's severe lack of damage now for Echo. Just because of the fact that Bren Esports have already amassed the lead. Look at that. Dominance Ice and Molten Essence for Flap TZ with the Faramis Ultimate and the Tenacity. They couldn't even break the barrier of the Fredrin this time. Very smart move coming out from Bren Esports. And it really looks like they have definitely prepared against Echo.
And also, with the damage that Bren Esports has, with the hard time that they gave to Echo, they need more damage to penetrate the lines of Bren right now. Almost 5k gold lead. And how Ogwen manages to keep everybody in a small border really is a hard time for Yahoo to take one or a good set against Bren Esports.
I have to say, Bren, they're doing this so cleanly against the world champions. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this. Because... yeah, they should have the advantage, right? Echo should have their advantage.
That's really what baffles me, because it's because of the fact that Echo is not playing well. Bren Esports is very on point. Everybody is on point on Bren Esports, while Echo just missing their shots. Yaoi not hitting the mark. Benecutie not activated yet. Cartesi missing an ultimate for Lancelot. That's unheard of.
Well,
He's the Lance God.
well,
Exactly.
could be that they're struggling from early game and approaching to mid game. They need to cross the bridge into late game. There's a lot of layers that they needed to answer, but how will they manage to get through the damage? And just by doing it, Bren Esports doing it cleanly.
Oh, look at that. That was the signal. He missed the wild charge, and that's a signal for Echo to go non-stop. Can the Echo Express catch up, though, as Benecutie got taken out on the bottom side? Free man knock up on the Lord, and Carl TZ will secure that Lord. But will it be enough? Apparently not. The trade is the 4 lives of the members of Echo.
Still, Bren Esports winning that trade.
This might actually be endable.
Endable. Endable, yeah. They
Sanji
can tank
doesn't
this.
have the ultimate.
Oh no!
Sanji doesn't have the ultimate.
And Bren knows this. They know it for sure. The Lord will save the defense though.
That was so crucial.
I forgot about the Lord too.
Exactly, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, you say, hey, you forgot about me. I can still push forward against Bren Esports, but it's just small buy time with a window now of Echo. Can they still have a chance against Bren Esports?
Maybe if Karltisi does it again, yeah, sure. But that is
Can't
so
touch me.
difficult to do.
MC Kyle Teasy, you can't touch him, right?
And
Least that.
he now holds the TZ blade. And it seems like Karltisi has been nerfed because of that. Surely there are champions, but the namesake of House of Bren, the blade that he needs all, the ancestral sword of this house, still is held by Karltisi.
Well, with that being said, the TZ Blade, how do you defeat with a Rightborn pure Kylarian steel? We're talking about damage from Echo. Who can actually do it? Because for one thing that we're seeing here is the needles of Melissa or Betty Q. They can't even get through the damage because Sustain, if Sustain is concerned, they have everything on check.
Yeah, I don't think there's even a way for them to poison those needles at all.
Yeah. They need the storm to break down the House of Bren. A massive storm.
Well, will
need
that
that.
storm follow through with the time they needed the most? Look at how Bren Esports pushing in. And they have 3 turrets remaining for their base, and they can barely get out.
This is too clean. This is unbelievably clean, actually, for Bren Esports. And a good test for them is if they can consistently do this, right? Because maybe this might be an outdraft, but we're not even done yet. But the fact that you can manhandle the world champions like this across the map, that's saying something.
You know, look at the players going. Super Marco and Kyle Teasy. We have 3 members still climbing up. Looks like a good early game start for Bren Esports.
A massive early game, in fact. Kind of thinking of ways for Echo to come back, and even that, Oakland, look at this.
Road trip.
Look at that maneuver.
Oh.
Road trip.
My God, Oakland is just outplaying Echo right now.
That sounds like a small thing, but you held Karltisi there for like 30 seconds. That's
Exactly.
massive. That's a denial.
They need to have eyes on Oakland.
Karltisi doesn't want to use the oh my God.
He did.
Oh,
He was stolen. He didn't want to use the retribution because the Lord is happening. And Oakland just timed it perfectly.
He forced it.
yeah.
The tank Lancelot is not as good as the damage Lancelot when it comes to dealing with creeps, and Oakland just stole the orange buff away from Karltisi.
In his face.
Man,
My God.
Oh man, I don't know. It's gonna be a hard road to climb here for Echo.
Absolutely.
But what's the call?
What's the call here? We'll have to wait and see. Karltisi did use up a lot of his skills around here. Even the
Sanford low.
last hit. It's gonna be very difficult here for him to do. Yaoi being boxed in. The rest of Echo, they're very determined to just let this go. Maybe just send Karltisi to try to go for a steal, but he will be pulled in by the energy eruption and forced back by the Guardian's barrier.
The peel is too high right now against Bren Esports. No contest. Echoes let it through. Those 2 people peel from Echo Esports. How's the damage of Bren Esports right now? And they have a push.
Oh my God. I don't know how to answer that question because Melissa is not that good when it comes to defending if she is like behind when it comes to the gold because she cannot stay in front. You don't have like actual burst to clear. And even Karltisi is struggling to keep this up.
Oh.
Okay,
look at that.
tanks a lot.
The 1v1 that we've been waiting for.
Oh.
It's Kyle versus Carl. He's chasing him and takes him out. And now the rest of Bren, they're walking up straight into the mid. Beautiful Cold Altar keeps everyone alive, but Flapteasy will not be there for long. There is still some damage coming in from Echo. Some members Few with a beautiful pullback there from the Faramis and cleaning up Yaoi just like that. Style points everywhere here for every member of Bren. But look at that. The storm just cannot be contained. You can't keep doing this to these guys.
Okay, 2 things. First, Karltisi outplaying the Lancelot, knowing that he has the damage. And the real outplay was when he popped the Quad Shadow, Like 2 of the corners of the shadow made Kaltizi in between. So what he wanted to achieve there was to pop the shuriken from the left side, transfer to the right, so that in the middle, no matter what happens, Kaltizi
Kenapa
will
nggak
be
dipasang
hit
tadi ya?
by the retraction of
Pasang tadi
the
bisa.
shurikens. I think that was so smart.
Wow,
was.
thank you for beautifully breaking it down. Just imagine how the mastery of Kyle Teasy has grown. Hayabusa in his hands.
That's a rare sight to see, you know,
Yeah.
someone being able to do that against a Lancelot of all heroes.
Exactly.
And that's Kyle Teasy, man.
And that's good. That's the Lancelot guy. The guy that you do it.
Oh man.
The guy that you learn Lancelot from.
I'm pretty sure Carl TZ is like his hands gonna be very itchy to sell all of his items and just commit for the damage build. Because I'm pretty sure that if he had enough damage back then,
That would have been, yeah, would have been fair, right?
be a fair fight. But unfortunately, the tank slot cannot. Nobody can survive. Even tanks cannot survive. Like even legit tanks cannot survive a shadow kill. So, you know.
It's surprising that he survived that long in the first
Exactly,
place.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He still managed to pull it through. But in Echo, we're talking about Carl Teasy lacking the damage. Who's the winning condition now of the Orcas? Who's the damage that they can rely on?
We saw that. It's Benny,
Benny.
right?
Benny Cutie, right?
Badly need the Typhoon, the Storm.
They need to activate him if they want to make this win. Because as the wave clear is concerned, how can they still make it through? Because we're looking at the freeze lane right now, and there's only 1 second, and we have the Lord back up.
I think the name of the game is just keep Benny alive, and you guys can have a fighting chance. It's a difficult thing to do, obviously with a Hayabusa, but it's your best shot.
Yaoi's so far away. Wants to go for the conceal play, complete wraparounds, fishing for where the Hayabusa will be.
Okay.
But look at this, the Lord is actually very low. Nobody from Echo actually spots this out.
They don't know.
They don't know about this.
letting it go.
They
Oh,
don't know.
man, they don't know, and it's just like that taken by Bren Esports, getting that, pumping that goal lead to almost 10,000.
Man, by just looking at how Ogren manages to push away everybody, well, mentally, how would you even take a peek? There's so much to worry about Brand Esports right now. They have a push, and they're lacking, and Echo is lacking that firepower to give reinforcement.
It's actually very difficult for them to win mid to late game fights because their only crowd control option, basically Yaoi, he wasn't even in the he wasn't even joining, right? He was like scouting, and there's no one else who can do that.
Well, let's see how Brand Esports does this now in the base.
Yeah, Flopty seems to be very happy to soak in all that damage coming in from Sanford, and Sanford, he's looking at Bren, trying to see if they can get something done. Sanji
Mana nih Cloud
gonna fly in, getting that regen from the base.
Oh, they don't know
there's
Shadow!
They got the Hayabusa, just
no.
like that. We're seeing signs of life here from Echo. The flicker from Yaoi gets answered by Flap. Ogwen not gonna be able to get locked in by this Grok.
The crucial takedown of Echo against Kyle Teasy. He flickered in! Didn't waste any chance to even have a single blink.
Okay, so this is the win condition item. Winter Truncheon. Available on
Truncheon.
Sanji. I think that everybody from Echo, it's worth it to go for that item. That
Oh!
Super Marco!
So you're talking about here, Super Marco, the Blazing Duet. Where is the position of the Dexter? It's actually very nicely done. He's able to get out just in time before he goes down. And that kind of equalizes the game once more. Well, I would say equal in map control, but obviously 7.8k gold lead still for Brand Esports.
Is the defense checking right now for Echo Wolf? How are they doing right now?
They had to rely on the fact that Bernie Sports can overextend. So they at least did a great job with that. I wonder if Bernie Sports will repeat that. Surely Kyle TZ will not let that happen.
Surely.
I don't think that, well, you know, he's still a kid, so it might be bad overreactions, but you know, I'm pretty sure that under the leadership of you, they will not let that happen.
They have a big brother
for
on their
sure.
side. Oh,
Have to wait and see though. Again, it's just Bren trying to make pickoffs happen, and somehow they are getting the team fights in their favor still. Right now, Echo slowly climbing back. They take care of the big guy in front. That's Flap going down.
Ayaw sa parang lurus.
well,
What is happening to Bernie Sports?
are they losing the grip of the rope right now,
Well,
Wolf?
they did take out the inhibitor turret top lane, so at least that's a trade-off, but I think that they're being
Parang
overly
mean
aggressive.
ito
In
si
fact,
Chan.
Ogwen into the backlines, it's a very nice initiation back at back. But actually, because of his positioning, Kartisi had a free puncture to get out. Because as he was backing out, there was oh okay, the grab is behind. Okay, sure, thank you for the puncture.
It's impressive that even in the chaos, Carl Teasy can still find things like that,
Exactly.
right?
Just imagine
That's
being
cool.
pressured, right? Oh, being pressured, and most of the time, how do you remain calm? Grace under pressure. Kyle Teasy, the GOAT, still managed to pull through
Well-
and hold the line.
They're world champions, so I'm sure it's part of the job, right? It's part of the job description to keep your pressure, keep composure on your side because you are the best in the world. You've proven that, and now they have to prove that against Bren, which is proving to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, speaking of difficulty right now, Bren needs to hold the rope tighter against Echo because this is the late game. This is the one thing that they needed to do in order to hold their momentum they created. Because in some points, the setups of Yaoi could be really deadly, but in this point of the game, they have the items to defend. They have the items to counter,
Yeah.
to puncture. And this time around, they would really have a chance to be confident to have a retribution battle.
Look at that. Carl Teasy and Flap Teasy 1v1 followed suit by their teammates. There's a feathered airstrike. Sanford was in a really bad position in the pit. He gets taken out. Kyle
Teasy
Teasy,
low.
he's trying to fly in, and it was very, very close. He's still alive though, but will get taken out by Kyle Teasy in the end. The fight is ensuing, and looks like Kyle Teasy is still able to stay out of range
Yes.
of the damage. He takes that Lord. He takes a life of Betty Cutie, and then it's gonna be Yaoi, Sanji, all alone to defend against Brand Esports.
Sanji, the only one left alive
Ayan yung pulong
for
sa
the
total.
Orcas to defend the base. Brand Esports still managing to pull through all to that massacre.
20 seconds until Sanford gets in. Will it be enough to defend?
Focus turun lah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So difficult. It's gonna be buying time. 20 seconds, 10 seconds for Sanford. I think it's over. They have the Claude in the base.
Nice.
And Bren Esports silences the Orcas.
Getting the first point of the series.
Jangan lupa bantu like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.